So, many of players say NBA 2K24 is delayed. The latency is very bad on this game. Now, this player wants his analog stick. When he flicks, he wants to see his dribble moves at the same time sink in on the screen. Other 2Ks, you kind of seen when dribblers were doing that, they can dribble and dribble like that. If you go back and look at other older 2Ks, you can see how fast they was able to chain certain moves together really quickly. And the devs have been trying to push sim authentic basketball. They're telling you certain things in your face, but some people may not have the certain understanding. And sometimes it's like that. So I'm here to give you guys that understanding. Now, Dazar has me blocked because one time I had talked about the body bumps in the defense and how defense lacked in the 2Ks. The steals, I don't care about them patching the steals. I still feel like a 99 steal will still be OP when somebody has it. A 95, a 91, you have glove on gold or a Hall of Fame. You get them at the right bump, you're going to get the right plug. What we really cared about being better was the perimeter defense. They added in fast feet. They added in so much defensive things. Strength, a movable enforcer in the paint. So it's like, when I made that video talking about how you guys took that away and they made this sliding technology, and the sliding technology in 2K23 was terrible on defense. It's way better this game. I got blocked and I tagged in the video. I didn't even disrespect or nothing, but he blocked me. But I still give the gem C out right now. Sim Casual, and he claims himself as that, a Sim Casual. I always look at casuals like it's so different, so much different terms of casuals, because some people will comment in my comment section like, oh, you care, or some people like a casual like me doesn't care about the game. But there's different layers. There's people that's in communities that's in this game. You know, there's a part community, there's an actual community on Twitter. If you're a casual, you be on YouTube here and there or whatever, you don't be in the community on Twitter talking about stuff or playing against certain people in a certain parameter, then of course that's not going to pertain to you. But people be trying to add themselves in that. That's just how life is. It's going to be different arguments, different discussions, different dialogues. That's just how it is. So he said, wants more realism, a sim casual. So this is what he's saying they want. Wants more realism, but in a simple and efficient control scheme. They want a challenge, but not to be cheated. They want a challenge, but not to be cheated, right? In a simple and efficient control scheme. Listen to what he's saying. Like, this is bold. Like, you know, when somebody says something, people don't understand. When people type on Twitter, you can get what somebody's saying, but there's still more depth to what a person is saying behind what they're saying. They could have had experience to why they're saying what they're saying. They could be a dev and working on the game. So, and there's other things that they see based off what they seen the players do. So, you guys have to understand this, right? Want more realism, but in a simple and efficient control scheme. They want a challenge, but not to be cheated. Simple and efficient control scheme. That means they're trying to dumb down the mechanics to where it's simple, and that's when they'll say it's for the casual. He's put sim casual, so they're trying to dumb down to where it's efficient, and they don't feel like they're being cheated. I guess the AKA the dribble gods, AKA the dribble gods. They want to talk. If they're talking about the dribble gods, how they can use the mechanics in crazy ways. Then we get to this part. This is why NBA 2K24 is delayed, as you guys would say. Part of the difficulty is more realistic movement equals less user control. Part of the difficulty is more realistic movement equals less user control. So this is what they're saying. Their difficulty on when they're working on the game and trying to get it to function and seeing what they want to add and take away it creates less user control, aka the delay. They want to make it more realistic, so when you flick a stick, it's going to be a slight delay. It doesn't mean you can't move the same way how the dribble guys are doing. These are just the patches that I said that they're doing on Steezo. I just use Steezo there just because he's the main, like he's the nicest one, so it's like good just to use him because he's the one who really shows the new ones and brings out all the new ones. So that's something that they didn't create. You understand? They didn't expect for dribblers to dribble that way, right? Less user control. When we make it more realistic, users complain that the game feels stiff because you have to wait for the foot plant or ball position to change directions. In a video game, control is king, which conflicts realism. So in the video game, this is what he's saying. It's like he's kind of like preaching. He's not really like, you know, it's like a preach and telling you stuff too. And he's kind of like saying in a video game, control is king. Basically saying the players want to feel in full control over certain things. But when they're building it the way they're building it and stuff like that, they're trying to get it to be balanced. And then there's some things that dribble, like players fell in love with, certain control that 2K gave at one point. And when they're putting these new patches out, these new changes to the game, some of the control is taken away. And this is what you're seeing right here when you come back to here. We just let this play and you see how he's doing. This is what we're seeing here. Now, there's many things to delay because a lot of people, let me just let this play. A lot of people will say, oh, the game's delayed. And some people could be delayed because they're lagging on wireless Wi-Fi. I always say this. It's so many factors, man. That's why I say it's really not. These are things you're supposed to know already, though. You know what I mean? That I guess the devs would think because you're already using internet to pay for your game. And sometimes when you're reading your internet contract, it shows what packages you got, is it good for gaming and stuff like that. And some people don't even pay attention to that factor. They just think when they hop on 2K, they're going to be fine and not lagging. That can be a reason too. I always say this, like type of 1 in my chat if you're on wired right now. Type of 2 in the chat if you're on wireless. I just want to see something. But wireless, I always tell people, if you're on wireless, you type that too. Trust me, it's not. You can't compare it to wired. Once you get on wired, you'll feel the complete difference. Even if you do okay on wireless, because some people get used to it, you'll feel the difference. All right. So hopefully you guys understand what's going on here in this video right here. Why the game's a little bit delayed, because they're taking away some of that user control, so players can't just move crazy the entire possession. I still see certain players still moving in certain ways with their moves, but they got used to that feel of how the game feels, and that's what the devs ultimately are doing. That's why each year you can say the games felt different, because it's a new way. Like I'm telling you, like, you gotta think about, we using a controller. Like, come on, that's so deep. Like, how they know this? I ain't gonna even get that deep. Well, listen, hit that like, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all tapping with my boy Gore. He about to be dropping some fire 24 content. At 43 subs, he's trying to get to 100, man. Let's get him to 50 real quick. Hit that like, subscribe. Let's get it.